Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm finally finishing the painting that gave me art block for 2 months. I feel like when I started this I had really high hopes, but every step was so frustrating for me. I felt like it just looked wrong during the entire process. So you'll see throughout the video my nails change a couple different times because I would work on it, put it away for like 2 weeks, and then I'd try to pick it back up, and then I'd put it back because I still didn't like it. Looking back at it now, because it's also been an additional 2 months since I even worked on this video, I think this is the part where things kind of got messed up. I probably should have spent a little bit more time working on the background before I started working on the trees in the forefront and the cabin. I think I also got really stuck in my head about wanting to just create something to make a video. I wasn't really painting to enjoy the process or better my skill. It was more just for content reasons. So yeah, I felt like I was just really rushing through this entire painting. I wanted to get it done in one night. I didn't want to work on it for another day. I just wanted to get it done, take pictures, and start uploading the video footage that I got. And I don't think that it's necessarily a bad piece. When I look at this, I see something rushed. I don't see any real practice put into it. I just see myself throwing colors down and hoping that it looks good. I really want to get back into making videos and back into doing more independent pieces because lately I've been working a lot more on my sketchbook since this whole painting. And that's something else that I'd also like to maybe make a video of one day, is filling a whole sketchbook spread, because since this whole painting I've kind of just been focusing on my sketchbook a little bit more. Here's where I was talking about earlier that I was focusing on the cabin and the trees in the front a little bit too much rather than the background. Like, I wasn't building up any of the painting. I was just usually I jump around anyway, but I was really jumping around in this one, and I think that's why I started getting so frustrated. Like, that cabin's not even done and I'm working on the water. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then I abandon the water and go right back to the trees in the front with a completely different green. That's how I can tell that I was now at the 1 a.m. mark with this painting during this day, because nothing that I'm doing is making sense to me without I usually paint. And I remember my camera battery kept dying, and I would charge it for about 30 minutes and try to get another hour worth of recording in, and it would just die again. Because like I said, I was rushing myself and I was just trying to get this painting done in one night. I didn't really want to work on it. I wanted to be done with this. The trees started looking like Christmas trees instead of highlights. It looked like snow. Part of me feels like I should try to remake this painting with fresh eyes, and now that I've kind of see what I've done wrong and what I should have focused on more. But another part of me kind of just wants to move forward and never look at this piece ever again. Okay, this is day 2 of working on it, and I feel like I start in a really good direction. I started focusing on the shadows closer to the ground because I was kind of overworking the trees a little too much, so I wanted to switch my focus onto the grass. I'm also still trying to figure out what my style is when I'm painting in gouache, and I think at this point I kind of thought that I had already established a style, but I don't think that I really did. And then when I stopped this completely, it really didn't help because I haven't really painted it in gouache since this painting, so that was almost 4 months ago now. But I will say, I think my favorite thing about this whole painting is the grass. I really love the layering that I did, the highlights, the tall grass. I also add little hints of flowers, but yeah, I think that the grass is done really nicely. Now this is where I didn't pick it up for 2 or 3 weeks, so like I said earlier, my nails change colors I'm not even sure why I felt the need to finish this because it wasn't a commission, it wasn't for anything really important, but it felt like I couldn't really move on to anything until I finished this. But overall, I guess I'm glad that I took so many breaks like I did because I ended up going back and changing so many things and turning it into something that I did feel proud to post. Figuring out what to do with the water is what made me set it down for another almost month until I picked it back up again. So here's the final nail change. Overall, I think that this was a pretty good lesson for me in not only my art but also video making. I feel like I was taking it too seriously and taking YouTube too seriously on what to post because we're already 7 months into the year, and I think that this is my first video in 4 or 5 months. So I'm back. I'm back to posting. I'm back to creating, and yeah, so I'll see you in the next video.